This is your release season. Everything that the devil had you bounded, the strongholds that he has had over your life is about to be released, okay? Because God said so. Because the moment that you surrender to God, the moment that you had let go and allow God, is the moment that the devil had to lose grip. Come on, Holy Spirit. That's the moment that the devil knew that I have no more authority over her life, because now she has put the true commander. Now he has placed the true commander into her life, into his life, and I got to loosen grip. The moment that you surrender, the moment that you say, God, I give up on me having control and I give it to you, is the moment that the devil had to lose his grip. It's the moment that the devil lost authority over your life. Because God is not going to allow him to have authority once you have surrendered. He will have to loosen grip. Okay, every trap that was set out for you, you will walk free from it. You will be set free from those traps. The moment that you have surrendered to God is the moment that the devil had to lose grip. It's the moment that the devil had to release those strongholds. The moment that the chains had to be broken. Okay, but God was waiting on you to surrender. He's waiting on you to place Him as your authority, Him as your head. Okay, He was waiting on you to allow Him to lead your life. Okay, a lot of times we're holding on strongholds of poverty, of abandonment, neglect, rejection, everything that was done to us. The devil holds those things and keep us in bondage, and God can't carry us to our victory. He can't guide and order our steps if we're being changed down. So first, God needed you to surrender. He needs you to surrender and give it to Him so He can come in and break those chains. The devil will have to loosen his grip. He will have to let you go, because you have placed a true commander over your life. Okay, you're no longer listening to his deceitful ways. You're no longer listening to his whispers of you're not good enough. You're no longer allowing him to resend you through cycles of the same old. And even then, he will break those chains of you going through the same cycles, and those chains will be set free so you can walk towards your victory. You won't be doing circles and recycle. You will be walking forward. Okay, you will be walking forward into your victory. You will be placed on your path. You will be aligned to walk into your promised land. But you couldn't walk the path. God couldn't order your steps or direct your steps if you was bounded by the strongholds that the devil has placed on you. Okay, a lot of time God is waiting us. He's waiting on us to rise up. And I mean rise up even with the change on you, but surrender. Rising up means I'm no longer allowing the bondage of this world, the bondage of my emotion, the bondage and bound of my trauma to hold me down. I'm rising up. God, release these chains. I surrender to you. And once you say that, God will come in, baby. He will break those chains to the point the devil will have to lose grip. Because once you resist the devil, he will flee. Okay? Once you resist the devil, he will flee, and you will be free. Because you're no longer allowing what happened to you, what was done to you, keep you bondage. God can't do much with an emotional being that's always in their feelings or allowing their feelings to lead them. God wants you to be spiritually led, because the devil can't manipulate a spiritual mindset. Okay, that's why God He needs to renew your mind. He needs to renew your mind on what happened to you. He needs to renew your mind on what keeps replaying in your thoughts to make you feel like you're unworthy of. That you don't have the confidence or the self-esteem to sit in the places that God has ordained for you to sit, or walk through the doors that God has opened for you, because the victory is already won. You don't have to fight. The victory is already won. You just got to keep the devil off your back and out your ear, and allow God to renew and position you so you can walk towards your victory, so you can go claim your victory. Okay, so I come to let you know the devil is finna lose grip on a lot of strongholds, because these people, my people, we are rising up. We're no longer doing the pity party in the pit. We're asking God to prepare us for the palace, because baby, yeah, we got something to prove to the enemy. Which you thought you was gonna destroy me. You thought that you was gonna see me through the same cycle. Now what the devil thought you wasn't going to, baby, to recognize the same tricks, the same red flags. But I'm repeating the cycle that I shouldn't be repeating. And the moment that you have rised up and realized that, it's the moment that the devil will have to lose grip. Okay? And that's when God will come over and take over. Okay? Because you will have surrendered to Him. You will be released of being a captive for the enemy and the devil with the strongholds and trauma and everything that happened to you. And you will be a worker, and you will surrender to God. Get to God, and He will break those chains. And once those chains and strongholds and the darkness that the devil has placed, think about it. The reason you have so much darkness in your life is because you're under the wrong authority. That's why you have so much darkness in your life. That's why you have so much enemy. That's why the enemy is attacking your mind. That's why you have so many negative thoughts, because the devil is still having authority over your life. And darkness follows where the enemy lays. Okay? Darkness follows where the enemy lays. Darkness follows where the enemy is present. It's throughout life, and what life done to us, it have us fall into the traps of the enemy. But you are about to be set free from those traps. The cycle is about to be broken. Okay? The curse is about to be released over your life because you have surrendered. Because you said no more crying about what's done to me. No more crying in the pit. No more why me. Okay? You're about to rise up and go from why me and why God chose you to endure what you endure. Okay? You're about to use your trials and tribulations as a testimony for millions. Okay? So I just want to encourage my brothers and sisters to surrender to God so he can get back authority over your life, because that's why darkness is following you. That's why negative thoughts is following, because the enemy is near. He can be very deceitful. Once you surrender to God, you are no longer a captive in a slave for the devil and his darkness and his tricks and his strongholds. Okay? You will be released. You will be free from all of that. And then God can properly use you for your purpose. He can properly position you. He can properly place you. Baby, then the emotion will start happening. Because think about it. When you got change on you and strongholds on you, you can't move. You're bounded. You can't move. You okay? You're like a slave to the trauma. You're a slave to the strongholds. You can't move. You can't do anything. But once you surrender to God, God can unlock those chains, because now you have given him authority. So I want to encourage my sister and brothers to give God authority to come in and renew your mind, renew your heart, so he can release those strongholds that the devil has placed on you. There's a lot of great people in this world with a lot of great gifts and talent, a lot of great purpose that they can't fulfill because they're being captivated by the enemy. And God is ready to set you free in this season. He can't move you and place you in motion if you are still bounded by the devil and his lies. Yeah, it happened to you. Yeah, it was done to you. Yeah, it has messed up your mental. Yeah, you have a different way of thinking. But you must forget God is your healer. You're not going to the right person that can heal you. God is your true healer. Okay? So when you go to God and say, heal me, that's surrendering. When you go to God and say, provide for me, that's surrendering. He's your Jehovah. Once you let go and let God, he can take control. He don't need no help. He just needs you to surrender. He gives us the free will to make our own decision. So you can either stop dancing with the devil and surrender to God so he can renew your mind, renew your heart, and clean up what the devil done to you, because he's your healer. The word forgot that God heals. Baby, you ain't too far gone where God can't find you. You ain't too lost where God can't redeem you and restore you, baby. That's what the enemy wants you to think. He wants you to feel like you're too far gone. You're too far in darkness for God to come find you. Is you crazy? God is waiting on you to surrender so he come get his baby boy, so he come get his baby girl. Baby, you are never too far gone where God can't reach down and grab you. He is waiting on you to surrender. He's waiting on you to say, God, free me from these chains. Free me from these strongholds. I'm tired of the negative thoughts in my mind. I'm tired of thinking I'm not good enough. I'm tired of thinking that everybody's out against me. I'm tired of my trauma folding and keeping me captivated in my thoughts. I'm tired of the enemy using what was done to me to keep me bondage. He's waiting on you to cry out to him. He's waiting on you to give him permission and the authority that comes in surrendering, so he can break the change off your life and he can begin the process of the renewing of your mind. And I'm going to tell you, once he start renewing of your mind, it ain't going to be easy, because he's going to have to rewire how you think, how you respond. It ain't going to happen overnight. So that's why it's important to keep that relationship with him. Once he free you, lock in with him. God has authority over your life. Okay? Every day the enemy is going to try to trick you into an old pattern of thinking. But you have to go to God and say, God, heal me, God. The enemy is using my mind. He's using rejection, abandonment against me. Heal me, help me, God. I need your help. He said, you receive not because you ask not. And we have gotten into this thing where I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Baby, you better ask God, because he's the only one that can renew and restore and redeem, baby. He's the only one that can bring you salvation. So if you ain't going to ask nobody, ask people of the world, at least ask God to heal you, because he has the power to do that. But you must first believe that. But first, you got to be free. You got to be free for being captivated with the enemy. Once you realize what the enemy is doing to you, that's the first step of being free, because now he can't manipulate you. You're able to identify the enemy. Say, at first you thought it was haters. You thought it was everybody hating on you. No, once you realize that it was the enemy, that he was using people to come to get to you. Once you are able to identify the enemy and his tricks, that's the first step of being surrender and him losing his grip and him losing authority over your life. Because now you know that it wasn't Susie, Bob, or Henry. It was the enemy the whole time. And once you realize it was the enemy, that's when God can come in and release you, baby. He needs you to be able to identify the enemy so he won't keep tricking you.